Easing of restrictions is welcome news to businesses and residents of affected areas. New York One's Angie Gonzalez joins us now live from Astoria, Queens, with more for us. Angie.
Yeah, that's right, Louis. The owner of Catch Astoria here, which I'm actually in front of right now, as well as several other business owners, they're feeling pretty lucky tonight, not because, of course, it's St. Patrick's Day, but because they know that there are going to be fewer restrictions on them come this Monday. Hey guys, how are you? Roseanne McSorley has reason to smile again, even though you may not be able to see it under her mask. That's because until now, her calls for action have fallen on deaf ears. She spent nearly the past 2 months trying to get someone to notice that her restaurant and others in one section of Queens and in 3 other New York City neighborhoods were still in state-sanctioned COVID yellow zones.
Then we started to call some of the elected officials and ask, Queens Borough presidents, senators, council members, why aren't we screaming about this?
McSorley wanted to see something done, because that yellow zone distinction comes with an additional restriction. Only 4 people per table, no exceptions. On Monday, that will no longer be the case after Governor Cuomo announced he would lift the remaining yellow zones on March 22nd. Exactly 1 week after New York One first reported the story, thanks to McSorley's tip.
So I think what happened is it was forgotten. There are bigger agendas, bigger fish to fry, and you made it. You provided awareness for this.
Prior to the announcement, New York One reached out to the governor's office and the New York State Department of Health repeatedly after hearing from McSorley and other frustrated business owners about the ongoing restrictions. We revisited the sweet spot where we spoke to the owner on Monday to get reaction to the news.
They're not doing us a favor. They're basically just doing what they should have done a long, long time ago. Everything we've done as business owners has fallen on deaf ears. When you came in and took that interview of us, I think that was pretty much the reason why they did it, honestly. It was you guys.
But there are still some more regulations that restaurant owners and those in the industry say still need to be addressed as COVID rates fall and vaccination numbers continue to climb.
We also need to allow restaurants to serve later until at least midnight instead of the 11 p.m. curfew that's currently in effect, and also allow people to sit safely up at bars so they can accommodate more guests in a socially distant manner.
And Louis, while the yellow zone restrictions are not going to be lifted in time for the beginning of March Madness, of course, they are going to be lifted in time for the latter part of the tournament. Also, we know that baseball season is beginning, of course, and warmer weather is upon us. So certainly the lifting of these regulations are going to be at a benefit to the business owners that they've impacted since the end of January. But that's the very latest from Astoria. Angie Gonzalez, New York One. Louis, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Angie.